that a civilization is not complete without its art. Because art is the highest form of expression of human intelligence. Now you artists, remember that. You have the power, you are powerful. I salute you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to address the young people today. The young people from Karamoja, the young people from Acholiland, young people from Busoga, young people from Bukisu, from Ankole, from Chigezi, from Buganda, from all over the country. Young people. I say young people.
Yes, sir.
Young people. I want to talk to you today. Some of these words are not my words. Frantz Fanon said that every generation must discover its mission and then make a decision whether to betray that mission or to pursue that mission. Buli mujiji guyina okuzuula omulamwa gwagwo, then ogwo mujiji gusalewo. Oba gufollowing ogwo omulamwa gugutuukirize oba gugulyamu olukwe. By now, one thing I'm sure of is that this generation knows its mission. This generation, I say, knows its mission. Mwe abavubuka b'omulembe guno mumanyi omulamwa gwammwe, mumanyi ekigendererwa kyammwe. I am not here to tell you about the problems that you go through every day. No, we've talked about that for more than 5 years. I'm not here to remind you about the freedom that you don't have. No, you know that. The young people from Karamoja, the richest place in Uganda and probably in Africa. You know that Karamoja is rich, but you are poor. I'm not going to teach you that. I don't live in Karamoja. I'm not going to show you the misery of the hospitals and the schools there. You know it. The young people from Acholiland, you know how much of your land is being stolen and given to foreigners. You know I'm not going to remind you of that. Okay? You, the young people of Ankole and Chigezi and the whole of Western Uganda, I'm not going to remind you that you're being used as scapegoats because the rest of the country thinks you earn tribal allowance. I'm not going to remind you about that. I'm not going to remind you about the kind of problem Museveni is causing for you. You know it. Okay? You, the young people of Uganda, sigenda bajukiza ngeri gye bababyeko ttaka lyammwe, sigenda bajukiza kitiibwa kye mwalina kye babaggyeko, sigenda bajukiza nti babasengula ku mataka gammwe n'abafu bammwe ne babazikulayo, sigenda kibajukiza nabadde ekibogajjo. Naye amataka ago gonna amagagga kungulu bali makasooli wansi bajjudde zaabu. Ng'omukadde amanyi nze kanime kasooli wange nkome ettaka ly'abaana bange. Naye kakati bwe bazuula zaabu, bwe bazuula gold, bwe babagoba ebirombe byonna either bya Museveni oba bya Sodo oba bya mwana we oba bya mukazi we. Sigenda bajukiza ebyo, sigenda byogerako olunaku lwaleero, mubimanyi. Era sigenda bagamba nti twetaaga okwenunula kubanga mukimanyi. Mumanyi abaana bameka bali emiddanga tebalina musango. Naye ng'ate ababbi bali ku street batambula. Mumanyi ababbi. Banyugunya abatuufu tubamanyi. Mwe bageto youth mukimanyi bulungi nnyo. Sigenda kwogera ku Shuki alimidda ssaawa zino. Sigenda kwogera ku Umar Magala alimidda ssaawa zino. Sigenda kwogera ku baana bonna bawambiddwa olunaku lwa leero kubanga mbamanyi. Ne tulina kukola ki okusomoka awo? That is the question. We have a mission. But we just have to decide to either pursue that mission or betray that mission. So olunaku lwa leero nga njogera n'abavubuka, now that I've gotten yet another opportunity of talking to you, I will say this. First of all, I will remind you that we had intended to host this engagement outside Buganda, outside Kampala. But you know that the last time our teams tried to go up country, so we all know the challenge that we have as a generation, ladies and gentlemen. We have a challenge to change our country. We have a challenge because many of you are young, but 5 years from now, many of you are not going to be young people. I was a youth yesterday. I'm not a youth anymore. And before long, we have a challenge. Tumanyi kye twagala, kyo tukimanyi, tusobola pretendinga tetumanyi bizibu biri wano. Although many of us are paid to pretend that everything is okay, it is not okay. We have a challenge. The biggest challenge of this generation is to put Uganda back on the right track. Uganda eringa train ndiyaserera neva ku luguudo lwa train. Tuyina okugisitulanga generation tugisse ku luguudo olw'obutuufu. We have a challenge. Those that came before us, our fathers and mothers, they had an even bigger challenge. They were fighting against the white man. Now the whites were more developed. Bebaleta n'eddiini nga ne Katonda ali mu kifaananyi kya muzungu nga ne Yesu muzungu ng'oyinza otya okuwakanya abazungu. Ne bataata baffe ne bamaama baffe bajjajja baffe balwana n'abazungu and they defeated the white people. They defeated the white people. And here we are as a country. We are the result, especially we the generation. We have young, old people here, but I want to speak to you, the young people. We have a task to change the trajectory of things. Today we are in a country where 30 is the new 18. Many of you are 25, but you're still living with your parents. Not that you don't know. This is a more enlightened generation than the ones that came before. But 30 is the new 18. Miaka 18 obeera okyeyiya, miaka 2 okyeyiya, n'abasatu bangi abakyeyiya. Many are educated, not employed. etc. I can't go back into our problems. I just want to challenge you to provoke your reasoning, to provoke your anger, because if you can't get angry with the state of affairs in Uganda, you are a damn fool. I say that again. If you cannot get angry with the situation in Uganda, you are a bloody fool. Because a smart person, when you have brains in your head, this is supposed to annoy you. It's supposed to annoy you. But how are you going to channel your anger? That is what I want to speak to today. We are in a fight. Many of us got scared, but indeed more of us are even joining the fight. We have a fight to change our lives. But how do we change that fight? Number one, let us realize that we have a problem. No. I want to salute in a very special way you people that are here and those following us online. Already you realize that we had a problem. We have a problem. This problem was not solved by our fathers and mothers. Many of them are long dead, others are dying soon. We are the new fathers, the new mothers. And some of us are already becoming grandfathers and grandmothers. We have to decide either to subject the same challenge to our children or to change it. We cannot blame our fathers and mothers, because once upon a time a young man speaking like me called Museveni back in the 80s came and convinced them. Yes, he was not as cute as I look, but he convinced them and they followed him and he betrayed them. That's why today I want to speak to you individually and to ask you not to consider this as a Chagulanyi thing. No. Don't consider this as a Nyanzi, as a Senyonyi, as a Rubongoya thing. Don't consider this as a Zedriga thing. It is your thing. You have a bigger stake in this more than Zedriga because she's older than you. In fact, most of you have a bigger stake in this more than me. Okay? You are in this country much longer than me. But I'll speak to that later. What must we do? First and foremost, let us realize the task ahead of us. Fold our sleeves and our trousers and get to work and do what we must do. I say it every day. Buli wozu kuka oba buli wogenda okwebaka lowooza kiki kyenkoze olwaleero ekinafuyiza dictator. Bw'oba tolina ky'okoze kinafuya dictator olunaku lukusaze. Let me say this in English. Every time you're going to bed, I want you to do an audit of your day and ask yourself, what have I done today that forwards our struggle? What have I done today that weakens Museveni and his government of thieves? If you've not done anything to weaken Museveni, then your day is a loss. Plan for tomorrow. Get up so early in the morning and go cause enough damage to this dictatorship. Our fathers had to damage colonialism to defeat it. They had to damage slavery to defeat it. You must damage dictatorship until you defeat it. So think think. Each one of you has a duty to think. First of all, think individually. Chirowoze ko mwana wa mama genda otuwera ko tunde waggulu ku mabati olowooze gwenga gwe kubanga ogenda kula mwe bavubuka mu abali wano mugenda kula ziwe nali ndi muto mwandoza wenditukira mu zivoti oba Uganda eribeera ekyo olweribeera nga Japan kati ntandise kulengera mu 50. So after waking up, because waking up is the first step. The first step to solving a problem is realizing that it's actually a problem. Realize that it's a problem. Number 2, unite. Unite, Moikate. Look for all people with similar thoughts and unite with them. You cannot do this alone. You cannot clap with one hand. We must unite. You must demystify your tribe. You must demystify your religion. Unite. The new tribe you must belong to is the tribe that wants a better Uganda. If anybody is supporting your oppression, that is not your tribesman. Your new religion should be the idea for a better Uganda. And you, the young people, you can never ever pretend not to know that you are already united by faith. I mean, look where we are. Bameka kumwe abawasiza mu tribe zamu. Bameka kumwe nga buli bachali bo bona tribe yo. Bameka kumwe nga bachali nga team yo, tribe yo obanga dini yo. We are already united by faith. You know, Museveni has succeeded in misruling us for close to 40 years because he plays the divide and rule game. I was talking to a friend in America and he said he actually never knew that he was black. Paka yaduka mu America ne bakimutekako. Banji kumwe, you never knew you were Muchiga, you never knew you were Munubi, you never knew you were Muganda, because we are united by faith. Na ye Museveni apugo kitekayo kakati gwe wisdom kai oli munyankole so toina kwa associating ne bano gwe lubongo ya oli munyankole toina kudiringa na bano. No, we love our tribes, we celebrate them, they make us special as Africans, but let us agree that in many ways our tribes have been used against us to divide us, and that does not benefit us. It benefits those that are oppressing us. So unite beyond tribe, unite beyond religion, unite. Martin Luther King told us that we either unite and succeed as brothers and sisters, or we perish together as fools. Choose one. Tuino kwegata mikwano jange. Chitukakatako fena. Number 2, discipline. There's no struggle that has ever succeeded without discipline. And discipline cuts across. Discipline, most importantly, is how you relate with others. It defines you a great deal. Banji nyo twaino kuyiga on the job. Njagalo beba za mikwano jange mbade discipline di nyo. Menga temona kuba ngalo nyingi tekimala n'omulundi n'ogumu. Kyana kunyo jizate ebiseera bisinga ate abasinga okunsanyusa. Ate bw'oba wana nga bakoze ekirungi ate nga bonooneka. You find somebody is a firm freedom fighter, somebody is a firm outspoken person, but before long byonna byayozeza n'abiyiwa mu ttaka. So I want to communicate to you, all of you friends, discipline is a very important thing, and this brings me to our comrades, the foot soldiers. Why do we call you foot soldiers? First of all, it's a tag of respect. Timuli balwanyi abalwanira mu mbeera yonna ba foot soldiers. But question is, are foot soldiers, our beloved foot soldiers, are they a resource or are they a problem? We must make sure you are more of a resource than a problem.
Yes.
Ebiseera bingi nnyo batuwaana kulwammwe kubangamu n'ebiseera bingi nnyo batuvuma.